Why it sucks to be Saturn. You'd think being the most beautiful planet with glittering rings would feel amazing, but Saturn wasn't even born with them. It had to crush a moon just to matter. How do you become the icon of the solar system and still end up forgotten? Imagine opening your eyes for the first time as a newborn planet and realizing you're just a giant blob of gas. That's Saturn's origin story. No iconic rings, no dramatic flair, just a shapeless spinning cloud of hydrogen and helium. At that point in cosmic history, things were still chaotic. The sun had just formed, and the leftovers from that fiery birth, gas, dust, rocks, were swirling around like some galactic junkyard. Every planet in the making scrambled to grab whatever it could. Jupiter, being closer and greedier, swooped in like a cosmic vacuum and took almost everything good. By the time Saturn got its chance, the solar buffet was mostly empty. It was like showing up to a wedding late, and all that's left on the food table is soggy salad and lukewarm soup. Saturn did its best with what it had. It managed to collect just enough gas to grow large, really large, but not enough to compete with Jupiter's size and mass. And unlike some of the inner rocky planets that had dramatic volcanoes or sparkling surfaces, Saturn was just this cold, massive gas balloon floating around 1.4 billion kilometers from the Sun. With no rings, no personality, and nothing really going on, Saturn didn't get much attention from the cosmic crowd. It didn't even have moons at first. Those came later. To make things worse, modern science recently confirmed that Saturn didn't even have its iconic rings when it was born. Those dazzling loops. They were a late addition, fashionably late, sure, but not part of the original outfit. That means for billions of years, Saturn was just out there spinning, plain and bare, while the rest of the solar system got their reputations. Earth got life. Mars got its science fiction mystique. Even Mercury got bragging rights as the fastest planet. Saturn? It was basically the forgotten child. Pretty big, kind of chilly, mostly gas, and not even dense enough to sink in water. If Saturn thought being born secondhand was tough, wait until Jupiter started causing trouble. The two of them are gas giants, sure, but Jupiter is the older, bulkier sibling with a loudmouth and a flair for the dramatic. Early in the solar system's chaotic childhood, Jupiter began doing what Jupiter does best, being extra. According to several models of solar system evolution, Jupiter once started migrating inward, dangerously close to the Sun. That's right, it nearly bulldozed through the inner planets like a rogue bowling ball. And who had to step in and pull him back before he crashed the whole family? Saturn, the unsung babysitter of the cosmos. This wasn't some gentle nudge. Saturn's gravity played a key role in balancing the solar system's architecture. Its timely influence yanked Jupiter back into a more stable orbit and stopped what could have been complete solar annihilation. But did anyone throw a parade for Saturn? Nope. Instead, Jupiter got all the credit. Everyone praises his massive gravity, his stormy red spot, and his flashy moons. Nobody even mentions the fact that he almost broke the Sun's favorite toys. Meanwhile, Saturn was standing there like the exhausted parent cleaning up after the toddler's tantrum. All it got in return was more comparisons. Jupiter has more mass, more influence, and more moons people care about. It's like saving the party from burning down and still being called the boring guest. The planets applauded Jupiter like he was some misunderstood genius when in reality he was one bad move away from being the villain of the solar system's origin story. Even worse, Jupiter somehow keeps getting rewarded. He's the center of attention in every planetary simulation. He's the poster boy in astronomy textbooks. And he's always portrayed as the wise protector. Even though Saturn was the one keeping things balanced, it's enough to give a planet a complex. Living in the solar system as Saturn basically means living with middle child syndrome on a planetary scale. You're not the first, you're not the favorite, and you're definitely not the most unique. You're just there. The second biggest, the second most massive, the second most discussed in documentaries. Jupiter has more than 300 Earth masses. Saturn, a modest 95. Close, but not quite. Even Saturn's physical properties make it feel like a cosmic joke. It's so low in density that it would float in water. Yes, really. That's not even a compliment. It's like being called the most likely planet to be used as a pool toy. Saturn has the size of a heavyweight but the density of a balloon. It's massive but not muscular, a gentle giant who's too light to be taken seriously. Then there's the rotation speed. Saturn spins fast, like 10.7 hours per day fast, but again, not fast enough, because guess what? Jupiter still beats it at 9.9 hours. Even when Saturn tries to excel at something, Jupiter swoops in and outdoes it with that smug red spot spinning like a DJ booth. It doesn't help that every other planet seems to have carved out a niche. Earth? Teeming with life. Mars? Everyone wants to visit it, terraform it, and maybe retire there in a red dust condo. Mercury? The speed demon of the solar system. Venus? Hotter than hell and proud of it. Uranus? Gets all the laughs because of its name. Neptune? The cool blue mystery. And then there's Saturn, the one that's always mentioned in the middle of a sentence, never the headline. Oh yeah, and Saturn too. It's like being that band member who always plays bass in the background and gets cut from the album art. Even when Saturn tries to shine with its moons or storms, the universe answers with a shrug. Not bad, but have you seen Jupiter? At first glance, Saturn looks like the proud parent of an enormous cosmic family. With over 274 confirmed moons and counting, it seems like it's running the largest daycare in the solar system. But once you take a closer look, you start to realize that quantity doesn't always mean quality. Most of those moons are more like space debris than actual celestial wonders. Tiny, misshapen, and orbiting without purpose, they feel like leftover particles Saturn couldn't bear to throw away. Honestly, if Saturn had to name each one, it might as well just number them like Thing 102 and Moon 243, because they all blur together. Out of that massive crowd, only a few truly shine. Titan is the obvious standout. With a dense atmosphere and lakes of liquid methane, it's the only moon in the solar system with weather that's actually interesting. It even has the building blocks of life, making it one of the best bets for extraterrestrial habitability. That's a big win. Enceladus also gets attention. It's this icy little ball that literally shoots water vapor into space. There's a whole ocean underneath its crust, hiding who knows what. If aliens exist anywhere nearby, Enceladus is a solid contender. These two moons could carry Saturn's entire reputation, but even with Titan's charm, Jupiter's Ganymede still ruins everything by being the largest moon in the entire solar system. It's so big it's larger than Mercury, and despite Titan having a thick atmosphere, Ganymede gets the badge for being the only moon with a magnetic field. Titan might be mysterious and moody, but Ganymede is a full-on rock star, and once again, Jupiter steals the show. When strength, size, and reputation failed, Saturn finally made a bold decision. If it couldn't be the best planet, it would become the most beautiful. Somewhere along the cosmic timeline, Saturn looked at itself and realized that all the traits everyone mocked, its weird spin, its bloated shape, its lack of density, could be turned into something captivating. Beauty might not solve all of Saturn's problems, but it could at least earn it a little attention. And this time, Saturn wasn't going to let Jupiter or Earth steal the spotlight. The makeover started with something that no other planet had, a perfectly symmetrical magnetic field. Earth's field is tilted and a bit off-center. Jupiter's is and twisted. But Saturn? Its magnetic field aligns almost exactly with its rotation axis. That kind of perfection is rare in the solar system, and scientists still can't fully explain how Saturn pulls it off. It might not get much press, but deep down, Saturn knows it's flawless. And with that kind of alignment, it also creates stunning auroras that dance around the poles. It's like wearing a glowing crown no one else can touch. So, what are your thoughts on this? Let us know in the comments below.